Hi, it's Wendy again. I'm just going to introduce our video for parents and carers, and it's my husband Tim. He's going to show us how to do some calligraphy today. Hope you enjoy it. So the next person you'll see will be him.
Hello, thank you Wendy for the introduction. So my name is Tim and I'm going to talk to you about calligraphy. Now, before computers and mobile phones, people used to actually write letters, and they'd use something called a pen, or maybe even a pencil. Sometimes a pen could be made out of the quill of a bird, a goose feather, or something similar. But even before that, people used to write these incredibly fancy, amazing letters in really incredibly, amazingly fancy writing. And sometimes they even would start those letters off with an illuminated letter. Calligraphy is basically fancy writing. So I want to show you some examples of calligraphy or fancy writing. Now, I printed these off from the internet. So this is a reasonably simple one. So as you can see, it's got many little flourishes. It's quite interesting because you've got different letters for your capitals and your lowercase letters. And now I want to show you something that's a little bit more complicated. So this one's bolder, more angular, but looks very, very nice, and there's even some numbers at the bottom. And then finally, this is my favourite. This is the Gothic calligraphy. So again, it's very bold. Sorry I cut the top off the front when I was printing it off, I apologise. But when a letter is written in Gothic handwriting, it does look particularly amazing. So you can print these out from the internet if you want to give it a go. And I hope that you do want to try it, because do you want to try and make an illuminated letter? So we're going to look at a letter R, as in rabbit. So I printed out some very simple pieces of artwork, and there you can see a very simple silhouette of a rabbit, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do 3 versions of this, or maybe even 4 if we have time. We're going to write an R like you would write now, and then we're going to do an R in those samples of calligraphy that I showed you. So shall we make a start? We have ordinary paper, and I'm using this pen. It's called a fine liner pen. This one is almost a millimetre thick at the tip, so it's quite small, but you can use a pencil, you can use whatever you like, even a crayon. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to do the letter R. That's a very simple R like you or me would write on any letter. So next we're going to do a slightly more fancier R. So this one's got some little swirls. So it curls around, it's got a bit of a tail on it, and then it's got a fancy bit right at the side, come round, another swirl, and then finish it off. So what do you think about that one? So then we need to go a slightly more complicated R. Now this is the second sheet that I showed you. So it'll take me a little bit longer to draw because it takes nice big thick borders to it. So we go down. And then we've got to colour that one in. So I'm going to very quickly colour it in. If I don't colour always in the lines, it's because I'm doing it very quickly just so that I can show you how to do this. Okay, so we've done the fancy bit on the side. There's a little hook thing at the top, and then a little curly bit. I'll show you in a minute. And then a little curly bit down there. Now let's do the rest of the R. and then just ink in the nice bit of black. I've gone over the lines a little bit, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. So there's a slightly fancier R. What do you think to that? So say you can print out these and you can give it a go, and you can take as long as you like. And this is my favourite R. This is the Gothic R. So let me just quickly draw that one. Now you can buy special calligraphy pens which do make this a lot easier when you're doing all the different forms of angles. So if you do want to give this a go, go to an art shop, any art shop, something like the Range or the Works, or even type in calligraphy pens into Amazon, and you'll be able to have a look at those. And then you'll be able to have spend some great times practicing, and it doesn't matter if at first it doesn't look good. That doesn't matter. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. And if you do it just for yourself, that's okay. If it's brilliant, then you may want to show some other people in your illuminated letters. Okay, so we've nearly done this R. Nearly there now. I've just got one little bit to write, just a little line down the centre. So what do you think of that R? So from quite simple through to quite complicated and very bold. So now we need to do the rest of the word. So we're just going to write the word rabbit on that one. And now we just need to write the word rabbit on the simple one. These are very strange letters, some of these, and they're different to what we would write. But once long ago, everyone knew exactly how to write these. And now we've just got to finish off the T. So there's the first one, rabbit. Now let's quickly do the second one. And finally, the T. What do you think to that? And finally, my favourite, the Gothic script. And finally, the T. Colour some bits in. Make it nice and bold. I mean, I've done these very quick. You can spend a long time making it look absolutely amazing. So now all we have to do now is to draw a very simple picture of a rabbit. Do you remember the little picture we showed you? There it is. So I'm just going to draw that. It's quite simple because it's almost made up of 3 little circles. So we do a circle for the head, and a circle for the top bit of the body where its front legs will be, and then it's not quite a circle, it's just like an oval for the rest of the body. So that doesn't look much at the moment, but watch what happens when we put in its ears, a little nose, some front legs and some back legs. and a little tail. So what do you think to that? Now you can make that rabbit against all these different pieces of calligraphy, and you can make them as bold or as complicated as you want to. So I hope that's given you some idea of fancy writing, illuminated letters, which are really these bits here, and some very simple pieces of artwork. All right, well, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you have a good time practicing. Thank you. Bye bye.